Your stream will begin shortly. Loading in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Get ready to just Winternomics. Welcome. Winter, 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 Winternomics. Winter, winter, winter. Welcome. Winter, 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 Winternomics. Welcome to Winternomics TV. Your stream will begin shortly. Loading in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Get ready to just Winternomics. Welcome. Winter, 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 Winternomics. Winter, winter, winter. Welcome. Winter, 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 Winternomics. Welcome to Winternomics TV. Your stream will begin shortly. Loading in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Get ready to just Winternomics. Welcome. Winter, 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 Winternomics. Winter, 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 welcome. Winter, 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 Winternomics. Welcome to Winternomics TV. Your stream will begin shortly. Loading in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Get ready, bitches. Winternomics. Welcome. Winter, 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 Winternomics. Winter, winter, winter. Welcome. Winter, 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 Winternomics. Welcome to Winternomics TV. Your stream will begin shortly. Loading in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Get ready, bitches. Winternomics. Welcome. Winter, 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 Winternomics. Winter, 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 winter. Welcome. Winter, 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 Winternomics. Welcome to Winternomics TV. Your stream will begin shortly. Loading in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Get ready, bitches. Winternomics. Welcome. Winter, 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 Winternomics. Winter, 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 winter. Welcome. Winter, 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 Winternomics. Welcome to Winternomics TV. Your stream will begin shortly. Loading in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Get ready to just Winternomics. Welcome. Welcome to Winternomics TV. Your stream will begin shortly. Loading in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Get ready to just Winternomics. Welcome. Welcome to Winternomics TV. Your stream will begin shortly. Loading in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Get ready to just Welcome to Winternomics TV. Your stream will begin shortly. Loading in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Get ready, bitches. Winternomics. Welcome. Winter, 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 Winternomics. Winter, 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 winter. Welcome. Winter, 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 Winternomics. Welcome to Winternomics TV. Your stream will begin shortly. Loading in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Get ready, bitches. Winternomics. Welcome. Winter, 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 Winternomics. Winter, 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 winter. Welcome. Winter, 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 Winternomics.
What up, what up? What it do? Give me a microphone check. Let me know that my levels are good. What is happening? Mad Skeleton Crew vibes, huh? I told you there was a lot of salt around the eco. $71. It's $8.50. Looks a little light. A lot of salt. Not sure what else I could do to stitch the things together in a way that was more usable, but pretty sure we nailed most everything that you cared about in the last couple months here. Even down to the ton of symbols, like, you know, little warning we had, and shoot, I gotta stop all these foreign names. Can't remember my own shows. One sec. One more window. Yeah, the warning we had in Through the Looking Glass. Right, that's been the local top in the NAVs for the recent times here, and then you know, we gave you guys a lunar timing show and taught you about the lunar moon, you know, lunar cycles in a show with art, and helped you understand about, like, you know, non-directional motion, just the fact that there is likely increases in volatility, and that, you know, up and down itself is actually like a, you know, a matter of perspective. So even for the correction, you know, hopefully we can teach you guys like a meaningful lesson in it, and you know, you also avoid danger while you learn some new shit, you know. Mic is a bit low. It shouldn't be. Let me check again. I just checked that thing. It shouldn't be. It says it's high. So if you manage to use all the intel, like we had a lot of stuff, you know, from long-term things like Cardinal Health to, you know, some short-term things like the steel basket and oil basket and things like that. Near term, we try to make sure you pay attention to energy over tech. It's because tech look a little stalled out, you know, for the time being. And we even let you know you can have rising volatility and have, you know, bullish movements in energy, which all of which played out. So there should have been enough, you know, ideas there for, you know, a myriad of things for people to see coming and not be fixated on like what's the next NVIDIA or any of that stuff, right? What do you guys think of the art theme today? I had to think of a more interesting way to do Skeleton Crew vibes than I'd done before. Wait, where is it? One sec. Where did I put it? Sorry, let me get this one real quick. So we took a look today, and that's the lowest views on YouTube ever since coming over from Twitch. So that is the Skeleton Crewiest Skeleton Crew vibe Skeleton Crew show of all time. Isn't that something? And here I thought you guys liked the art. Well, I know I got a couple loyalists, so I never want you guys that do show up to feel like I'm always bashing you. But yeah, so that's usually a sentiment thing to take note of, right? And the top of the cycle show was this one, Through the Looking Glass. That's where a lot of symbols came in. And we've been in steady decline since Transcendence. So all the way downward to here. And it really starts from Transcendence. So had actually, did I put Transcendence on here? So Transcendence is located there. And people went FOMO-tastic here, and our show volume has been dropping literally inside this wave down. And we tested down here. So, you know, where's what chart did I just show you? That was a SPY. Was that the SPY? What was that chart? That was the SPY, right? No, that's a Qs. And so we had Noctis Lunaris, which was your warning on Monday about high volatility on lunar events, which happened. And then the Wednesday show is the lowest viewed show ever on YouTube. So this likely did a lot of fucking damage. That's what you can infer from that. That's the salt. And the salt was, you know, doesn't matter the reason, people were salty. And here we can you know, anticipate that if you're acting like this post this massive moon dump, then you likely got caught by it. And Clonex is salty because at the same time as that's happening here, Clonex is at, you know, some of the lowest prices it's been in 52 weeks. So losses, you know, what make people salty, and lack of preparation or paying attention, and also the failure to take a personal responsibility is where salt gets directed at us from. So it is a sentiment read and a half that this point right here represents a very, very likely emotional high point on the supermoon. So that's one reason we pay attention to it. So do we hold above this level? Right, I told you to pay attention to this. This is the box range. Can come in between it, and that's why I drew that out last show. Let's pay attention inside here. So we got here, it's likely catchable. Didn't make it, but held within the range, and we're bouncing right now off of what we know is a skeleton crew vibe. So pre-market, didn't I do one of those? I thought I did a pre-market screen. I know, my bad. It always happens. So pre-market earnings yesterday, positive impact on Amazon, big time, 10% move on Amazon. Who's that says down there? Who's that? Stryker Corp. Okay, just curious. I was just to get a name when I hover over this thing. Oh, there it is. Apple also had earnings yesterday. We told you about these two guys. These are two of the big corporations that had that we said were like, definitely worth paying attention to and could be impactful to the market going off. So right now, Amazon, the bigger winner of their earnings, post that event. But at least now it gets a bunch of our big earnings guys off the table, right? So FMC's off the table. A bunch of the red events are off the table. And now at least these two big guys are out of the way, right? Amazon, I think we had him on this chart. I think that's the Amazon chart. Where's the proper Amazon chart? I know I had something drawn for Amazon on. Oh, this is the AI thing. Okay. That's the last time we drew him up, so yeah. So he's moon since we did this, so flag and take off. Looks like he did a pretty good job of doing that. So if anybody's been paying attention to that guy, congrats if you got him. So that being said, that's bullish. Let's see what Apple looks like right now post earnings. That looks pretty shitty. Let's see. So Apple Vision, this last bull flag. So this is pretty good. So if he pulls back right now, probably want to see that he does no worse than getting back to the breakout level from where this flag originated and not go through this. I don't think he should go that far. It's a pretty big gap. I wouldn't be surprised if Apple doesn't go much further than this and manages to go try to attempt a gap fill. Let's see. Always a good level in the sand to mark is the last all-time high you had. Let's just be precise about it. It's 82.88, 82.94. I think that's what you're watching first, the previous all-time high. Anyways, did you guys give me any war stories? Did you give me something to read? Let's see. I'm pretty baked from that one bowl. I think I'm good. No war stories. What a bunch of slackers. What a bunch of slackers. This is a fire-ass lens, isn't it? I like this one. 87. Yeah, I didn't even actually blow this one up for you guys. So yeah, this is this one. I think we got the station looking pretty fucking fire in this last series. What, you don't think so? This is fire. You gotta admit, this Noctis Lunaris show is an epic way to learn about lunar timing, emotions, and volatility, all in one fucking, one fucking piece. I thought that was pretty cool. Pretty good evolution from going back in the days, huh? kind of crazy. We're the people of market comic strip TV. Since well, there's nobody that does it, but still. Shout out to my new collector, the owner of the Bedouin. A lot of y'all asked me for this one, and a lot of y'all went ghost on me, but appreciate the person that threw a bid up there and picked this one up. This is my first attempt at surrealism, and it is also the very first one that doesn't have any photographic version of me in it. This one's completely, hand painted. So I appreciate you, and congrats on collecting a piece of the art of Nomics. Beeplenomics. Oh God, that doesn't work. Let's see. Abra asked, can I explain 21 versus 20? Well, a lot of people just arbitrarily just say 20 because people like whole numbers, but the real level, technical level, just going historically through the VIX is 21. Yeah, Jay Mill said the increase in volatility is noticeable all around you as well. Saw multiple examples at work and driving over those 3 days. So right, it's a flock of birds type thing. Everyone kind of exhibits it, right? It's not just people in the market. On and off the charts, people act crazy like it. And if you saw, Illuminati going crazy, and getting an emotional moment, and then chucking him out of there, and that, leading to seeing Kivo have his emotional moment with the Trollex fucking, emotional moment in the Trollex location of VIX, in the Trollex location of ETH, and like I told you, there's no such thing as coincidence in a mathematically precise universe. It's a behavior. And the people who are fucking flipping out in Trollex are mad because I point out something that they feel is negative, and they think I'm attacking Clonex rather than actually speaking to what's actually harming optics. And they're emotional because of where price is. Conversely, people are emotional with the run up in the market because they haven't managed to participate or participated late, where through the looking glass was and ate a pullback and have damage, and they're pissed off with myself or whatever they perceive as the reason around the eco they haven't benefited. And so people are pissed off just in general for a different reason. And in your household, the person's going to be pissed off or more agitated for God knows what. It's just the fact that the binary of it is people are not pissed off in mass. They're pissed off in mass at that moment. And so that's why we can make a read on the emotional structure of price and read it from anywhere that we see anyone, right? Because the emotional part of the system is the non-logical part of the system, is the empty space of the system, is the very common part of the system. And so you don't have to go looking very hard to figure out where the empty space is. So if you think you feel kind of in your feels right now, it's a moment to step back and think a second. It's the shape of things. Yep. All right, let's see. So with no, what are we at? 904 with no war stories. I'm just gonna do a macro, and I'll make this one probably pretty quick. since it's we got Skeleton Crew vibes, wasn't feeling the greatest motivation with the very low show views and things like that. But again, I know it's the shape of things, and I'd hate to lose motivation to put out the show for those of you that do always show up. So we get it done. Let's get our macro on right now. Spy thing. All right. So again, talking about our emotional levels to pay attention to, we roll back from. I know it's unbelievable, and people don't take this seriously, but we roll back from Goku buys his first NFT to Goku showed interest in virtual real estate. And so far, we look like we're gapping up, away from that level right now. I do generally like it to make physical contact with it. We gapped through this level already. So if we actually look right now, we look at the gap. All right, we retested the actual, let me put this at the exact spot too. Damn it. I was a penny off. So what was the low here? 37 cents. So we actually 2B'd the actual gap, low here to run it up to the last level. So for right now, it's been just a retest, of this breakout. And this was one of the projections that he would go up here and then pull back all the way down and then rotate. I even drew it slightly higher than retesting the level. I drew it as this 2B of stop running this flag. So far, he's actually done this projection. If I move this projection over, that was exactly what I was looking for him to do on the second projection. Not bad to think about it. Just when you got there, when you physically hit it, that you should go down and fuck people like about so. So kind of crazy. Oh yeah, I didn't put him right on the level. But yeah. So, it's possible. Could this emotional low be enough for us to rotate? Oh, that's the moon thing. All right, so where are we at today? Tell me this looks kind of crazy. All right, so where are we at this morning? 3 o'clock, about here. Is the VIX open this morning, right? Yeah, in here. So VIX is, we had a number just now. It was non-farm employment chains, unemployment rate. You guys can see all that stuff right there. And for right now, we'll think what we've got for earnings and that red news, red events out of the way. VIX is dumping in pre-market. Let's see where this stuff is doing. So without having to turn all that shit on, right? We know this is bouncing here. S&P is bouncing there. Let's check diamonds. Don't look so good. Underneath this range, don't really like that too much. Oof, thing's a struggle, boy. This is our pre-market since the number. So, big bounce on that 830 number right now. And we're kind of like snickered up under a level that was capped out, 2 sessions ago. So, this is your line in the sand, right? Probably cleanly get over, over that for you guys that like, details. But yeah, that's what you're watching right now, if the market can recover or not. What is this thing doing? Oh, this thing's having problems. Hold on a sec. My bad. I had to reload it. It was having problems. All better now. Let's see. This guy down here has a range before. Well, that's too many levels. Don't worry about all that stuff. But yeah, he managed to get above this little trigger today. Could have a bullish day with the skeleton crew vibes. Sorry about that. So pay attention to that. DXY things. Wow, epic dump move on DXY off of the numbers right now. So that's epic pump move on the fucking euro. And we were watching this bull flag track back. What res we're at? Oh, that's a little lower res. Let's go to... So I tell you to watch this angle. And let's make sure it's drawn properly. So he is trying to migrate that way. And DXY, had a good pump going for a second, but we said this could be a bear flag, so we want to keep monitoring this and see if he does violate this channel and does manage to turn down and rotate that. So this is the first impulse towards that being possible. So this was also our projection for like the pound, that he would leave the channel, kind of mindfuck people up close that he's breaking down, but hold the trigger and then be able to rotate off of that back up. So right now, he actually made perfect contact with the trigger, and now we've got the DXY pump the other way. This projection, this future projection is possible. So if we're going to maintain that bullish up, pressure of world currencies against the US dollar, then this was the projection, that keeps that possible. And the DXY is in the bear flag. The other guy that was at a key level I told you to watch that was a good indication of this was the dollar Swiss franc. He's up against a really big trigger that we had made here, and told us to pay attention to him right when he hit it. That guy was a pretty good indication that this might be, a chance to, get a move on the DXY. And so a DXY getting weak again is a good indication that this VIX move, has potential to maybe keep dropping towards Troll X again and allow the market some upside. That combined with skeleton crew vibes. So, okay, that's VIX things, dollar things. Oh yeah, and as always, keep this guy on radar. If we do get good risk assumption again, then the JPY is, part of the carry trade that is, indicative of risk assumption. So we always want to have him on radar also if that, the tide resumes in Nikkei and also in the currency. Where are we at? BTC. So shitty rotation out of here, still holding the trigger for 28,600, but no real gas on this whatsoever. Not sure if it needs some kind of a catalyst or what's going on there. Did coin do? Hasn't done earnings yet. Where is this at? Did it do earnings? It did do earnings. Well, that's always interesting. It's a decent squiggle so far. Let's see, USDT.D. So looking for this guy was possible rotation here. This would be the bullish move in crypto, and that bull flag rotation in BTC if it happens and it just doesn't come down with any gas. So we do want to pay attention if it gets life back to the upside and goes through here, at least for near term. This is underneath this as support turning into resistance. This is a decent level that if he gets above here, we would have some kind of concerns on crypto pulling back, further. All right, so I think that's everything, right? Oh yeah, we should probably cover this these days. CL1 exclamation point. Is this not the right chart for this? No. CO1 exclamation point. There it is. Okay. Reset. So we talked about this guy being really, really congested. This is part of paying attention to energy. Like I said, in this area, there should have been a pullback in this projection. It was far deeper than I thought it should have been, but we began to track this as like a larger bull flag. And really, energy corrected the whole of 2022. And right now, we're seeing some sustained pressure and effort from OPEC and the Saudis to, push prices and cap production and, what looks like a full-throated attack by BRICS on, dumping the dollar for trade settlement and, across the board. So I think we want to pay attention to this, that combined with the Fitch downgrade, which you talked about in the last show, right? The main attack for BRICS is to try to transfer the living standards out of the West into their hands. And by putting pressure on our credit system and changing our credit rating and literally straining our economy so that it costs us more to do everything in a zero-sum system, right? Be able to inherit the benefits of doing such a thing and forcing rising costs in all parts of our system. So this is probably a decent fundamental trigger to at least pay attention to the technical possibilities of this rotation now and getting out of this really crazy box range he has right here. If we get across here, it gives him possibility to do this guy and then make it to this long-term downward angle. So at this point would be your next inflection point to what he could do if he gets on top of the system also. So we do think energy is one of the ones that's worth paying attention to, right? Not everything looks like dog shit with tech when tech stalls out. But now given that, right, looking at the pre-market, tech still looks weak, on the pre-market overall. And then, like I said, there's places that, we do see strength, like more broadly. That's at least gapping up. But we do see XLE itself. Fuck my life. XLE actually looks pretty positive. So, I should still be, where do I have, this is not the chart I use. Yeah, there's XLE, right? This is one of the key areas he's rotating off of as a sector. So definitely worth keeping eyes on, while tech still tries to recover. All right, what are your symbols? It's 9:19, so I'm going to do just a couple. I don't know how many you guys did. Let's get a read on what kind of sentiment is on the number of symbols. I think that's average. All right, let's see how many I can squeeze out real quick. CCJ. Which chart do I have that guy on? No. Holy crap. Who did I draw this for? That does not look right. What the hell is going on right there? I'm not doing any of what you see is happening. I did not do that. I don't know what the fuck that was. That was curious. Oh, this thing is having a fucking seizure. I don't know what that was. I have to go back and look at the video myself. I have no idea what the hell that was. There's other things over there too. I don't know what's going on in this chart. There's all kinds of crazy shit on this chart. Where is that out of the year? What the fuck? I don't know what I ever drew on this thing. I'm really interested. What in the world? Huh. What's this breakdown for? I think I remember what that was. That's pretty funny. Alright, anyways. Limited time here. So, projection-wise on CCJ, we told you guys to pay attention back in this bubble, and that he could rotate from a flag that would hold on top of this level and pump him. And up here somewhere on this level break, all-time high, he could probably get another flag. He had earnings, he had a dump wave, And so kind of just watching this range to see if he develops a decent flag up here. But for right now, I think he's like, in a very high resolution time frame along with the rest of energy. Worth paying attention to, right? Come on. This thing struggles. This particular chart always struggles. So I think this is a good area to pay attention to. He stays strong above this and rotates. He can keep going. He's on a gap fill right now. And I don't think he hasn't made it to filling it all the way. But now he's inside this gigantic gap. So as long as he can hold on this trigger, structure out something on top of this, he can keep on going. Pay attention to like Euro also. Euro's on this chart. Euro. All right, this is your uranium ETF and really? Oh, they're both on here. Okay. Alright, we had this guy on watch in the same area with CCJ, and this projection actually worked out pretty good. So right now he's kind of box ranging here, but if they should probably both be strong at the same time or pretty close to. Yeah, what Abra's saying is correct. Alright, what are we at? 9:23. Alright, I got time for a couple more. Let's see. Where'd it go? ARLP. Alliance Resource Partners LP. That sounds like oil people. Energy Minerals. Okay. We obviously did this already, and so flag from the level when we did it that he could flag, so he's got the flag. So yeah, I think that's what you're watching. He's failed to rotate cleanly, but you probably could track this bull flag right now with what's going on in energy and see if this guy plays catch up or not. HLX. I feel like we had this guy somewhere. Wait, what did I just do that chart at? That was ARLP. I had him on that chart. ARLP. Huh. That's ancient. The more up-to-date charts on the other one. Okay, got it. Tesla. So Tesla, we talked about watching when he got to this angle. When he rotated from here, we thought he could get to this angle and he could stall right here. So he has. We told you to pay attention that if he made a flag in this range, that would be the place to keep playing for continuation, and he failed to do that. So right now, if the market's still bullish, then you're watching really this pullback right now on Tesla. If he's able to hold this and rotate, this is a pretty good level to pay attention to. If he gets back above it right now, right, you can see his behavior above this level. He gets like major gas above this level, right, and on the downside. So it's definitely worth paying attention to if he starts to finally establish himself, like, at this level. So that's what you're paying attention to. See it? Just super good contact at that level. So yeah, so like I said, with sentiment things we looked at right now, DXY kind of weakness, if you get some gas in and he sustains this, might be a good read on a few other things to gain strength at this area also. HLX, I feel like we should have that somewhere. HLX? No? Never? That doesn't seem right. Alright, what are these guys? Oil services and equipment. Helix. Yeah, let's see. Good to be, good retest right there. Good gap on top of this. And I don't know how far I can take this down, but you know, you could be running a small system on top of it that sustains and you get gas on energy. You can keep pushing right now, or you could pull back and come back up and go again from there. But pretty much what you got right now. Back out a little bit in this dude. That's your line in the sand right there. $9.27. I think I squeeze another one in here. BTC. I think we had that before, and that guy's pretty much just bullshitting right there. I think you're watching it to hold this slow rotation. I think it's possibly an area you can watch on him. It's kind of messy. $37. Yeah, if you can hold that and rotate, you know, might be something. MOS, Mosaic. We had talked about this guy hitting this area on this bull flag. Like we said, flags that generate highs. The bottoms, those are always good levels. He's rotated this. So we're going to see if he could hold on this. And if this is ultimate low, maybe a higher floor, structure something, and then find his way out of here. All right. Alright, it's 9:29. That's gotta be it, motherfuckers. Hope you guys enjoyed the show. Had a good week. Enjoy your weekend, and we'll catch you Monday. Peace out.
Welcome to Winternomics TV. Your stream will begin shortly. Loading in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Get ready, bitches. Winternomics. Welcome